What's up guys, welcome back to Fantasy Lutfi, and this video is on Game Week 33 and also 34. My wildcard is active as of now for Game Week 33 and I'll be using my bench boost in Game Week 34. Let's take a look at the fixtures for Game Week 33 and also 34, but let's also take a look at Game Week 35. This is because I missed out that in Game Week 35 a few teams will be blanking due to the FA Cup round of fixtures. So that affects how you plan for Game Week 33 and also the double game week in Game Week 34. Because if you load up on the players that play twice in Game Week 34 but they blank in Game Week 35, you'll have lots of problems in Game Week 35. So it's a little headache here, but if we take it slowly, I think that we'll be able to get the optimal team for Game Week 33, 34 and also 35. But before we move on to the fixtures, I would like to let you guys know that I've created a new Twitter handle, and you guys can hit me up on Twitter at FantasyFoxes, and it's a great way to interact with you guys. Do give me a follow and I appreciate the support. So thank you very much. Let's get back to it. Game Week 33. So for Game Week 33, there's only one double game or one match that features a team that will play twice. That is the Crystal Palace and Everton match. Well, it is not bad to bank on Everton players. Crystal Palace, not so, because they have been really bad this season as of late, and I think that it is better to focus on Evertonian players. So the other match that Everton will play is against Watford, and the other match Palace are playing are against Norwich. Let's move on now to Game Week 34, and the teams that will play twice in Game Week 34 are Newcastle, City, West Ham, Watford, Liverpool, Everton, United, Palace, Arsenal and West Bromwich Albion. Now, let's take a look at Game Week 35. Manchester United, West Ham, Crystal Palace, Everton are all not playing. There are a few other teams there, but the focus is on the big teams because most probably you guys want to bring in players from Everton, Liverpool, United, Arsenal, City, West Ham. So we need to bear in mind about the Game Week 35 blank. So we need to limit the players from Everton, West Ham, United and Palace if you guys think of bringing in some Palace players. So the maximum we can actually get from these teams that will blank in Game Week 35, it is 6. This is because 4 of them you can blank, or rather you can bench them. One of it includes the goalkeeper, so 4 players benched, and 2 of them you can afford to transfer out in Game Week 34 and also Game Week 35. So that's 2 free transfers, 4 players being benched, so 6 is the max if you want to have a full starting 11 in Game Week 35 without taking a points hit. So if you guys have any questions on what I've just said, just leave it in the comment section down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So now let's take a look at my team for Game Week 33 where I have used my wildcard. Now, let's start off from the goalkeepers and my rationale over them. First up, we have David De Gea, Manchester United's goalkeeper. I think that it is a great opportunity to capitalize on Manchester United's fixture. Let's take a look. They're playing against Tottenham for Game Week 33. Well, I'll probably be benching him in Game Week 33, but in Game Week 34, they're playing against Aston Villa and Crystal Palace at home. So, I think that it is a great opportunity for United, who are actually chasing the 4th Champions League spot, to keep a clean sheet in Game Week 34 where they played twice. So hopefully they'll be able to do so, and De Gea will get lots of points for me. So it's a great addition to your team if you are considering a goalkeeper. If your wildcard is active, De Gea is a great choice. Next up is Joel Robles, the Everton goalkeeper. As you guys can see, they're playing Watford and Crystal Palace in Game Week 33. So I think that it is another great opportunity for Everton to keep a clean sheet. And therefore, Robles may get lots of points. Although his past few games, pretty horrible points. And in Game Week 34, he'll be playing against Southampton and Liverpool. Well, probably have some problems against Liverpool. But against Southampton, he should do pretty decent, I should say. So that are my goalkeepers for my wildcard team. As you know, my wildcard is now active. And let me know if you guys are using your wildcard in this game week. Let me know how your team look like in the comment section below. And if you guys have any questions, don't forget to leave a comment too. Alright, now let's move on to the defenders. First up, we have Nathaniel Clyne, the Liverpool defender. I think that he is a decent choice as they are going to play Stoke this weekend, Bournemouth and Everton in Game Week 34. So it should be a pretty decent chance to get points against Bournemouth. And you never know what happens against the Everton-Liverpool match. Next up, we have Nicolas Otamendi, one of my favorite defenders this season, alongside with Hector Bellerin and also Toby Alderweireld. Finally, I have a chance to bring him into my team. And they're playing against West Bromwich Albion in Game Week 33. I think that it is a great chance to play him. And in Game Week 34, not so good on the first match as they're playing against Chelsea away. And the other match, not too bad against Newcastle away. So I think that I can trust Otamendi. He is a great defender. Once Kompany comes back in the future, I think that City's centre halves will really command the defense and it will be really tight. As of now, he's doing a great job with Mangala, and I think that hopefully he'll be able to get me lots of points. New addition to my team, never brought him in this season. Next up, another United player in Chris Smalling. I was thinking of bringing Marcos Rojo or Darmian, but then again, they are not nailed on to the starting 11. Well, probably Rojo, but you know, I think that it is a safe choice to bring in Chris Smalling. And looking at how he has performed in the past 3 games, I think that it'll be a great player to play in Game Week 34 and also to bench him in Game Week 33. Next up, Hector Bellerin. Well, if you guys know me, he's been in my team for a long time, been trusting him with Nacho Monreal, although I'm not able to bring in Nacho Monreal as I previously planned to actually bring him back in. So Arsenal are going to be playing West Ham, Crystal Palace, West Bromwich Albion. I think it is a great chance for Arsenal to get a clean sheet against Crystal Palace and also West Bromwich Albion. And not so much so against West Ham, but I will still be starting him against West Ham this weekend. So Bellerin there, great offensively, supports the attack, lots of chance for assists, and he actually recently just scored against Watford last weekend. And lastly, the other defender, it is Christian Fuchs. Well, he is not going to be playing twice in Game Weeks 34 or Game Week 37 for that matter, but I've been trusting him for the past few weeks, and due to the fact that I do not want to have lots of players blanking in Game Week 35, I have to sacrifice one player who actually don't play twice in Game Week 34. So Christian Fuchs is there. Great defender, as you can see last weekend against Southampton. He got an assist, 2 bonus points, a clean sheet, and it amounted to 10 points. So I'm trusting Christian Fuchs. Hope it doesn't backfire on me. But yep. Let me know what you guys think on bringing in Fuchs, or rather keeping Fuchs, I should say. Now let's move on to the midfielders. I don't know if this is the conventional midfielders where everyone who is using the wildcard will be bringing in, but this is my midfielders. I think that they should be pretty decent in bringing in points for me. First up is Lanzini. He is a relatively cheap option, and he has been performing really well as of late, as he just returned from injury. Before injury, he was really good too, and I think that I'll be able to trust him in Game Week 34 against Leicester and Watford. Do bear in mind that West Ham will be playing another double game week in Game Week 37, and it is against Swansea and Manchester United. I think that they'll be able to do very well here, because they are fighting for the 4th spot actually for the Champions League, although their plans got distorted after the 2-2 draw last weekend. Next up, we have Philippe Coutinho of Liverpool. Well, I actually wanted to bring in Roberto Firmino, but sadly he is having a hamstring injury. He should be back relatively soon, but I'm not too sure if he'll play both matches in Game Week 34, which are against Bournemouth and Everton. So I'm actually choosing Coutinho over Firmino as of now. If you guys think I should be choosing Firmino, do let me know and I'll consider it. You guys have been giving me great feedbacks and suggestions, so I thank you guys very much for that, because you can't actually cover everything, so we help each other out. So yeah, that's the beauty of Fantasy Premier League. And for Game Week 33, he's playing against Stoke. I think that decent chance of getting some points there. Stoke really bad lately in defense. Now let's move on to the Arsenal midfielder in Alexis Sanchez. I actually wanted to bring in Mesut Ozil. As you guys know, he's the assist king this season. But as of late, Sanchez has really waken up, and looking forward against West Ham, Palace, West Bromwich Albion, Sunderland, Norwich, I think that it is a great choice to bring in Sanchez, as he is really explosive, creates lots of chances for himself and also for other players. So hopefully he'll get to convert these chances and bring in lots of points. My next midfielder, Dimitri Payet, need I say more, scored a wonderful, beautiful free kick against Crystal Palace, and I think he'll continue to do so based on his current form. So nothing much to say on Dimitri Payet. His name itself is an explanation to why he should be in your team. Lastly, my midfielder, it is Ross Barkley. Many people will disagree with bringing in Barkley. As you guys know, he hasn't been on form as of late. Really low points for the past few matches. But due to the fact that they're playing against Palace, Watford this week, and Southampton, Liverpool in the next week, I think that it is a decent choice in bringing in Ross Barkley. Do bear in mind that in Game Week 37, they'll be playing twice again, and I think that Everton's offense will wake up really, really soon. Hopefully against Watford this weekend. Now let's move on to my strikers. This, I think it is really not conventional except for Romelu Lukaku. Lots of people will be bringing him in. So let's start off with him. Well, historically, he hasn't been doing so well. Hasn't scored for his past 2 games, although he scored once against Aston Villa and also West Ham. So I hope this changes, and I hope that he starts scoring against Watford this weekend. And like I said for Ross Barkley, his fixtures are the reason why I'm trusting him and bringing him back into my team, So now let's move on to my other two unconventional strikers, I should say. First up, it is Anthony Martial. I actually plan to bring in Marcus Rashford, but as of the status of Wayne Rooney, he should be back as early as this weekend against Spurs or against Aston Villa. So when Rooney starts a match, I think that Louis van Gaal will be dropping Marcus Rashford. I don't think he'll actually choose to drop a midfielder and still continue to play Rashford as a striker and Rooney as some sort of a center attacking mid behind Rashford, because United don't play it that way. But I wanted a United offensive player, and therefore I think that Anthony Martial is a great choice. Against Aston Villa, Palace should be able to do some damage, and later on in the season against Norwich and West Ham. I'm not too sure how long he'll be in my team, but definitely until game week 34 against Villa and Palace, I'll be keeping him. So he may be a short-term investment for me. I may look to bring in Harry Kane back in game weeks 35 and 36, hopefully sooner rather than later. Lastly, my other striker is Danny Welbeck. Again, not conventional. Not many people, I think, will be choosing Welbeck. But looking at how he's returned from injury, not too bad, I should say. Not too bad. 8 points here, 10 points here, 6 points there. I think that it should be a pretty interesting choice, I should say. A differential. Playing Palace and West Brom, I think that he'll be able to do some damage. Maybe against West Ham too. And going forward, I'll be probably taking him out after game week 36, as in game weeks 35 and 36, pretty decent fixtures for Arsenal. But they won't be playing twice in game week 37. So we can look forward to bring in some Chelsea player, as Chelsea have a double game week in game week 37. So guys, this is my team for game week 33 when my wildcard is active. I still can make lots of changes if I want to. So if you guys have any other suggestions to better my team, maybe let me know so we can all score lots of points in this game weeks, double game weeks. And hopefully my plan for using the bench boost in game weeks 34 will be a good choice, and I'll get to maximize the number of points from all my players. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, I know it's a little long, give it a thumbs up. Do give me a subscription if you haven't already. Do check me out on Twitter, and I'll catch you guys soon with Game Week 33 preview in a day or two. So take care. I'll see you soon.